Hey, hey. Tobago updates. Na, 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 na. Good morning, Tobago.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago, right here on Tobago Updates. I am your host, Chanel Felix, and as we wind down here this morning for Good Morning Tobago, we're talking pan on the island. Now, we see a lot has happened over the weekend, but as we continue with pan, we're having the chairman of Pan Trinbago here with us this morning online. I have Mrs. Salisha James Martin, and we are talking about the THA Pan Champs that's happening tonight. Salisha? Oh, we have Mrs. Beverley Ramsey more, actually. I thought we had Salisha on this morning. Good morning. Can you hear? Hello? Your mic is unmuted. Your mic is muted. And we're having a little bit of a technical difficulties. We were supposed to have two guests on with us this morning, Mrs. Beverley Ramsey Moore, as well as Salisha James Martin. But we will continue our conversation with Mrs. Moore as soon as we get her back on. And we are talking about the Pan Champs that's happening tonight, the THA Pan Champs. And I hope that our audio is back up and running. Mrs. Moore, can you hear me? Are you able to hear me now? We're having a little bit of a difficulty there. That is so unfortunate. But tonight we have the THA Pan Champs that's happening. And we expect to see a large turnout. And it's happening out at the parade grounds in Dwight York Stadium, right where that finals was held. The medium bands final was held on Sunday. So we are seeing that is happening tonight, and we are traditionally seeing a number of bands coming out and representing and giving their renditions at that carnival, at that competition. And so I think tonight would be no different. Are you able to hear me now?
I am hearing you. I don't know if you are hearing me.
I can hear you now, finally. So you heard the introduction. Tonight we are having that THA Pan Champs coming off of such a great high this weekend at the medium band finals up there at the Dwight York Parade Grounds. We are getting into even more hype tonight with that THA Pan Champs, and that has traditionally been one of the things that those local bands on the island look forward to. Tell us a bit about what we can expect tonight.
So definitely Pan is on a very, very high note in Trinidad and Tobago. And Tobago, you are having another taste of Panorama. I mean, we had a fantastic production on Sunday and Sunday night. And then the Tobago region will be doing their thing. All the bands in Tobago, the single pan bands, the medium bands, the small bands. Well, we have three categories in Tobago, I should say, which is the single pan, the small, and the large. And those bands will be there this evening. And I can tell you it will be another treat for the people of Tobago. So I want to encourage you, even though you were there on Sunday, these are all the Tobago bands that will be coming out to showcase their talent. Come up to Bacalet Park, Parade Park, and give the bands your support. Another treat is in store for all of Tobago tonight.
And the THA Pan Champs is usually just a display and not a competition, right?
No, it's a competition. It's a competition. All right.
As
So
well.
it's
So
a
we have
bragging right
a bragging
for the
rights
Tobago
competition.
bands. Yes, of course.
Okay, and so traditionally, we have seen this happen, and most of the bands come out, and we see the support there. But when we talk about the traffic that we can expect tonight, because we can expect to see a lot of people coming out to support as we usually do,
Of course.
let us know what the arrangements for the traffic is like tonight.
Well, the Tobago Pan Jams is nothing really new. In terms of the traffic, there will be there will not be the blocking off of the streets as we would have for the medium band final. So there will be the same flow through traffic and the parking will be, of course, at the back of the stadium. So it is not going to be that challenging as it was on Sunday evening. So fear not, Tobagonians. You can come, you can park, and you can come into the facility. It is definitely going to be a much easier route to get there, and we look forward to seeing all of you. I really want to commend the Tobago region for their organizational and management skills, because hadn't it been for their test of time, we, coming from a national perspective, would not have been able to have such a beautiful production here in Tobago. So they are seasoned, they have been doing it well, they have helped in terms of the logistics here in Tobago. And so for getting it right this evening, I am sure that it shall be well, because the Tobago region has been doing a fantastic job. And so we just look forward to the band's execution. Already you have Uptown Fascinators, who are the national small band champions, and then you have another champion which will be coming in, and in that category. And these bands cannot feel that safe or that comfortable because they are national champions. Sometimes the story changes in the Tobago Panorama finals, the THA Pan Champs. So sometimes, they cannot even think that they already have it under their belt. No, you have to come there and work extremely hard to defend your crown and to defend your title. And that is what is going to make it interesting. Community bands, we have community pride. And so people like to identify, I'm a Cats and Jammers, I'm a Uptown Fascinators, I'm a Redemption Songsetters, I'm a Tobago Panthers, wearing that t-shirt and coming to support your band. That is a big, big thing for steel band supporters. And so we really look forward to all of them coming this evening to support your Tobago bands. Come out, Tobago, come out and support.
Opportunity for them to catch what they missed on Sunday.
Definitely, definitely.
And you must be proud. Tell us about the feeling that you are feeling at this moment, being the president, being a Tobagonian, and seeing the display of the Tobago bands that took place over the weekend and what we can expect this evening.
Well, firstly, I want to commend all the bands that participated. I mean, those bands from Trinidad, it was definitely a culture shock for them in terms of moving from Trinidad to Tobago. For us in Tobago, we are accustomed to doing this for years. And so in terms of the logistics, getting here and so on, it has been challenging for them, but coming out of the Tobago region, we always provide that backup support to get them here comfortable. The Tobago bands, they have been improving significantly, not only now, but for over the last 5 or 6 years or so. We have a number of Tobago medium bands participating in the finals. I think not medium, small bands. Tobago controls or rules in terms of the region, the small band category, and those small bands from Tobago, they're always representing, and at least 5 of them in the finals every year, and they have been doing well. Then all the medium bands are there now, and then we now have 2 large bands from Tobago, and they too have been doing very, very good. We have one going into the finals on Sunday, and so yes, I'm extremely proud as a Tobagonian to see the work being done, and I am more pleased with respect to our young arrangers. We have several young arrangers in a number of bands in Tobago, our homegrown arrangers. It has been for so long. The bands in Tobago, we spend a lot of money in Trinidad. We spend a lot of money with our tuners and our arrangers, uniforms, flags and banners and everything we're spending. And as president, I felt it very, very important to have the entire country benefit from the allocation for Carnival. And so in making the decision, the central executive decided that the medium band finals Tobago will be the place for the medium band finals. It generates a lot of economic activity. It's like festival tourism where the country and the entire nation will benefit from the movement of people, domestic tourism, movement of people. The hotels we've spent over $1 million in terms of accommodation. Then you have the service providers. All hands are on deck. And as you recognize, even on the port, where a number of persons got stranded, and I can tell you it is because a number of supporters coming up from Trinidad. Pan unifies. Pan is happy music. Pan is not about divisiveness. No, and I'm very, very thankful to our friends and steel pan enthusiasts from Trinidad who come across to give us that massive support and for the home support right here in Tobago. Tobagonians, I love you. I thank you for really, really coming out and making that show a dynamic show, a beautiful show on Sunday evening. And so we look forward to seeing all of you again this evening as you come out as your community band, and big up to the Tobago region for the tremendous job that they are doing.
And what time are we starting off tonight?
Tonight at 7.
At 7 o'clock at the Dwight York Stadium, and you said persons could drive right up to the stadium. We
That's
don't
right.
predict any
No,
interferences in the
no,
traffic.
It's just, no.
There would be traffic officers present to ensure that everything runs smoothly. And the venue, is the event free, or is there a cover charge to get into
There's
the
a small fee. I can't remember the fee right now. I don't know if I don't want to say it's $100, but I think it's a small fee to get in there. All right. And so, pan is a lot of work. We put out so much. It is not easy. You just think that bands have to find 90 uniform, and now we're using these sublimated jerseys. They're very expensive. You put out hundreds of thousands of dollars just to have that look on stage, and a lot of our bands here are not sponsored. So when you contribute to the event, you're contributing to the Tobago region, you're contributing to the operational expenses throughout the year. And I know that we are going to have another bumper event. It is at the same venue that NCC would have put down, and we've worked closely with the Tobago House of Assembly, and we will continue to work really, really close with the Tobago House of Assembly for our future projects. I think they are excited. They have a better understanding now of what can happen with this with this medium band finals in Tobago. The entire Tobago must get involved as we consider whether we are going to come back with the event or whether we have to do it every other year. But it is something that that Pan Trinbago will have to review in terms of the logistics. All stakeholders must be on board. The Port Authority, Caribbean Airlines, Tobago House of Assembly, NCC. This is a big event. It is as big or even bigger than the Jazz Festival, and therefore we need a bigger and a greater buy-in from all the stakeholders as Pan Trinbago tries its best to ensure that this part of Trinidad and Tobago enjoy a nice national finals. And so tonight is the big night for Tobago. Come out, everyone, support, and I know I'm going to see Tobago updates front and center.
We are going to be there. So again, thank you so much, Mrs. Beverley Ramsey Moore, President of Pan Trinbago. We thank you so much for your contributions that you continue to make. And again, to the committee that decided that Tobago was the place to host that medium band finals, we thank you, and Tobago and its tourism industry truly appreciates it. So guys, that's all we have for you for today. What an excellent show we had there. We look forward to the THA Pan Champs this evening. Thank you again to Ms. Beverley Ramsey Moore. Thank you again to Mr. Jesse Taylor. And thank you again to Mrs. Shirley Cook, who was on even earlier talking about that Crown Point Juve that is happening on Monday from 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. And let me say a personal shout out to my boo, who made Valentine's Day a bit special for me. And I expect the rest of my day to be even better. So, I love you, baby. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. I hope you enjoy Valentine's Day as much as I am about to enjoy Valentine's Day. Guys, this is Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. And be sure to go back and tune in if you weren't able to see all of our interviews this morning, because we had some great conversation. Guys, that's it for today. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day.
There is no denying Tobago